Hey guys, welcome back to Beck's Life. I'm Beck. Once upon a time, in the beginning of 2022,
my entire life turned upside down. I unexpectedly sold my home, got rid of 95% of my personal household goods, moved myself and my kids to a different state, became a landlord for the first time, hired others to run my business, lost 70% of my income, accumulated a bit of debt for the first time in years, and moved in with my partner after being a single parent for almost a decade. All of what I just said transpired within a 3-month time span. This was a lot of change to deal with in such a small window of time, and I took a couple of months to process it all and get settled. And by a couple of months, I mean close to a year. Then I decided it was time to get down to business and build my new life.
I have lived all over the world, and in my adult life alone, have moved 14 times. So I'm definitely not a newbie in the world of starting over. I sought to grow my business in a new locale and start a new one. I had the certifications, the time, the experience, the LLC, and the EIN, and all the other acronyms that entrepreneurs need.
I tried to acclimate, but nothing was working. It was tough going. And to top it all off, my new lack of income put a stop to all of my glorious travel plans. I am a bit obsessed with travel, so this really took a toll on me. I started to focus on all of the wrongs in my life and ignored the good. Instead of being the realist I pride myself on being, I gave it my all for almost a year straight, but then gave up. I was depressed. I didn't want to do anything anymore. I didn't write, play D&D. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I didn't sing, play piano, read, build, run, practice yoga, or anything else that I loved and enjoyed. I gained 30 pounds, stopped sleeping, and would cry almost every single day.
Feeling sorry for me yet? No, just kidding. That's not what this is about. The point of this is to spread realism. Realistically, there will be times when life is just plain sucky or difficult. Realistically, things that we've built up, be it a business, a savings account, an idea, a lifestyle, or anything else, will dissipate. But equally as realistic is the fact that nothing lasts forever.
Realistically, we find a way to continue on. Realistically, opportunities will come our way. Realistically, life will be on an uphill slope again, just not now. Both pessimism and optimism can become toxic. If we are constantly saying, believing, and acting as if nothing will ever get better, it won't. The mind has a powerful hold over reality, whether we realize it or not. Hence things like the placebo effect. Mind over matter is not always the case, but the mind can actually convince the body that something is true, and physiological changes happen. Mind and body are very connected. They are not completely independent from one another. They're there to help each other. If you don't take care of your body, your mental state is affected. If you don't care for your mental state, your body and the physical world around you are affected. Being negative brings about more negative things. The flip side of that, which not many people seem to talk about, is toxic positivity or optimism. Sometimes something just sucks. End of story. There is no silver lining. There is nothing good about it. It is simply a terrible situation. Acting as if it isn't is only going to stifle your natural human emotions and reactions to that circumstance. Things like anger, sadness, frustration, and fear all have a purpose. They cause change, invite sympathy or help, and teach us lessons. Being positive all the time is not realistic. So we are let down constantly as life does not live up to our perfectly good expectations. It can actually cause things to get worse as we try to figure out what we're doing quote unquote wrong, since our positive outlook is nothing more than an imaginary existence.
There are no good or bad emotions. There are good and bad reactions to each emotion, but emotions themselves are not inherently virtuous or dreadful. Being realistic about your situation can help you think more clearly and gain what there is to gain from that situation. The good, the bad, the indifferent. Even the most terrible situations in life can teach us some pretty valuable lessons and or give us the tools that we will need in the future to help someone else with empathy and compassion.
And the finest of life conditions can yield both good and bad after effects. Like when people win the lottery but don't know how to handle all of the riches thrown their way, so they end up in financial ruin, way worse than before they won all that money. All that to say there's something to be gained and or learned from every situation in life. Don't wish the difficult times away. They are what make up the times that you grow the most and learn the most. They are the greatest movers and shakers of our lives. They are what make us who we are. As long as we don't let any situation in life define our entire life or us. Take a good look at yourself. Really get to know yourself. Be realistic about what you see and who you are. We all have things to work on. We all have strengths. Take a look at the people you know. None of us are all good or bad. You have things to work on, so do I. So does your mom, your best friend, and your worst enemy. All of us also have good inside of us. You, me, your mom, your best friend, and your worst enemy. Someone somewhere thinks that each of us are the greatest things since sliced bread, and consequently, someone somewhere thinks each of us are a villain in their life story. No one, and I mean no one, has it all figured out with no problems.
It is how we react in situations that determines how our life ends up. It's not the situation itself. Looking at everything with a more realistic lens helps our brains to remember this isn't going to last forever.
By being realistic about ourselves and others, we can also take responsibility when it's needed, not blame others, and move forward. Admit to yourself when things are terrible, and allow yourself to feel the feelings that come with that, without thinking that you need to be peppy and smiling all the time. Also, allow yourself to be happy and excited and hopeful without thinking things will go wrong at any moment. Take things for what they really are, as they come.
Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. Go out there and spread a little realism today. Don't forget to give the like and subscribe buttons just a little bit of love for me. Well, I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye. It's a beautiful rainy day. It's a beautiful rainy day. Look at my earrings sway.